What is up, lads and ladies, and welcome back to another Gaming with Barra video. Today I'm going to tell you my top 5 money making methods in GTA Online right now. Let's get straight into it. In our fifth spot we have the Acid Lab. They have great first dose missions to unlock, you know, the ones with DAX that take you up and down the whole map, and they're really fun. Insane shootouts, insane like gang wars. I don't even know what was going on there, but I had an absolute blast with my friend. He was a beginner and he said it really helped him get into the shooting fighting style, helps you learn all the basics, and they have alright payout. Like if you're anything above 1 million in your bank account right now, they're really not worth it, but they are very good for beginners. They also have great passive supply refill. Now this is the actual Acid Lab now, not the first dose missions. And after 48 minutes, which is a day in GTA, you can sell for up to 300k if you have all the right product fully stocked. However, most sell missions only make you 78k-ish, which is still pretty good for like a passive business. And it's good fun no matter how much you're making, and if you do it right, it can be highly profitable. You just need to watch the right guide, and if you want me to make one, drop a note down in the comments. Anyway, in our number 4 spot, we have vehicle cargo. Don't laugh, it's actually crazily underrated. It's how I made my first 50 million. If you're selling in a chill, full public lobby with a good group helping, and you're selling a well-stocked warehouse, you're looking at about 600k for 20 minutes of work. However, that's only if you have a rare collection of top-end cars and sell them in a full public lobby without crashing once, which is a lot harder than it sounds. It can also take hours to get a full collection, or you might be the opposite of me and get extremely lucky and do it in 30 minutes. I've heard people do it. I do not have that luck for the life of me, but it is pretty much all about luck. You need to get a high-end collection of cars, and so yeah, if you do that, it can be crazy profitable, and you just have to not crash once. I made the mistake of trusting my friend with the most profitable car, and I ended up losing a lot of money. In number 3, this might surprise some of you, it's the Diamond Casino Heist. It is a lot longer to set up than our number 1 spot, which you probably all already know, and very hard to quick join if you can't be bothered to set it up. Although the quick join thing might just be for me, like I've heard a couple of my friends have amazing quick join lobbies, but I'm on PS5 in the probably bad spot lobby by now, and no one will let me in. It's harder to complete with randoms, especially when you're not doing the big con. Silent and sneaky is extremely hard to coordinate, and aggressive if you're with really low levels. It's just sheer pain to be doing. If you set it up as a hoster, you get roughly 1.5 million for 2.5 hours of work. And that's from scoping to setting up to actually finishing the heist. And the heist on our first try, I'm not even joking, you can go watch this video on YouTube right now. Me and Ozzy the Memer, my beginner friend at GTA, is absolutely terrible. We were on stream for 4 hours before we finally completed the heist, and it was a big con as well. That was the worst part, but I'm sure most of you out there are not as terribly inept as we are, and you can actually do it nice and quickly. If you quick join it, you can make around 300k every 30 minutes, which isn't half bad. You can actually get 20 or even 15 minutes if you're with complete pros, but it does like heavily depend on the team approach. Like big con's super quick, silent and sneaky is a lot longer, aggressive, it depends what kind of aggressive your team's playing, and also the skill level of your teammates, which is usually quite low because the high levels kick you out most of the time, or they kick me out anyway. Moving on to our number 2 spot, we have the Nightclub. I know it's a bit of a shock this doesn't go to a heist, this number 2 spot. Lots of you will say Diamond Casino Heist deserves 2nd place, but I don't know, Diamond Casino Heist, for me at least, takes so long to set up, and it's feeling a bit tired, isn't it? Whereas the Nightclub is the complete opposite, because Rockstar are constantly adding boosts that make it extremely profitable. Just 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was a 2 times passive income boost where you were getting 100k every 48 minutes if you had full popularity, which is not hard to do at all. If you're lazy, you can just play 100k and get full popularity straight away, or you can do the missions if you do not have any money, like me. Without a boost, there's a free passive 50k at max popularity, like I said, every 48 minutes. Plus, if you have a fully stocked basement with the most valuable items, I will be making a video explaining the whole Nightclub setup soon, you can easily make anywhere from 500k to 2 million in an hour. Of course, that does take a bit of time to set up the basement, especially getting the right materials. But if you assign technicians and are running your other businesses really well, it can actually be really easy to make that kind of money. Like TGG did it on his stream of beating the world record for most money made in one GTA Online session. Go check that out. I'm a big fan, and hopefully most of you probably are. Another thing you all might be fans of is our number one spot, which of course goes to the Cayo Perico heist. Even with its limitless buffs, it remains the uncontended reigning champion since the day it launched back in 2017. I think it was around 2017. It takes like around 90 minutes total from scoping to finishing the heist, or it does at least for me, and on average I get around 1.2 million. I know some people have really bad luck and keep getting the tequila, so they average about 700k. But some people go duos and they constantly get gold, and the Panther statue, I don't even think that's in the game anymore, but they somehow get it. And they average about 2 mil per person on that if they're doing a 50-50 split. Now it is a bit grindy, if you know what I'm talking about. Like, it does really feel like you're doing it just for the money most of the time. Like on your 10th playthrough, you're like, this is getting really repetitive because you're just doing the same thing over and over and over. But a top tip is use the Oppressor Mark II, or if you're a bit cheaper, the Sparrow, which I tested, and actually I think the Sparrow might be a bit quicker for the setups because you can go like straight from inside your sub, your Kasaka, to straight into the mission, to straight back inside. Whereas my Oppressor Mark II, I'd constantly have to ride the dinghy to shore, call insurance because it would have sunk last time I brought it back to the Kasaka, and all the annoying things. But yeah, that is my list of the top 5. Very controversial not putting Heist as second, especially Diamond Casino Heist. But I do think Nightclub deserves that spot. I do think the Cayo Perico Heist still retains its number 1 spot. But let me know down in the comments what your list looks like. And let me know if you want a guide for any of these things. I know it can be extremely hard to get the right profit out of the Nightclub, or especially the Acid Lab. So if you want me to break down those businesses to tell you how you make the most money possible, leave it down in the comments. Thanks as always, lads and ladesses, you're amazing, and I'll see you in the next video.